I want to make sure that I stay relatively safe, because I am very good at forgetting that. And yeah, we're going to look at everything, but I'm curious to see what this actually shows us, if anything. Oh, there's free money. There's two things I don't say no to. It's free money and free nanites. So, because both parts is quite important through all. And I know there's been a lot of discussions about money in No Man's Sky, and I have had my argument with a YouTuber which said that we played all wrong because we were focusing on making money. And my problem is not what he said, because his suggestions was sound, but don't ever tell people that they are doing wrong when they're playing, because they're playing their game and they have the right to play exactly like they want to. But focusing on making money is just a waste of time most of the time, because there is a physical barrier how much you can actually have, and the counter stops at 4.2 billion. And anyway, when you reach that amount of money, you actually don't need it. What you need of money in the game is something like 200 million will get you by very, very fine most of the time. Exactly, yeah, and you choose exactly what it is you want to do and how you want to do it. I mean, I would never tell someone they are doing it wrong, because in my mind there is no way of doing it wrong. If you get the end result that you want or expect, who cares how you get it? That's not important anymore. Whoop. I thought it was dead. But everyone can have an opinion what the right thing is, and it might be correct, but it doesn't matter. If I want to run around in circles and pick up rocks, i.e. mining ferrite dust for 4 hours, no one should tell me that I shouldn't. You might think that it's a stupid thing to do, and you might be right, but it's my game. I can do what I want, if that makes sense. So we have a distress signal, and that I will see. Oh, it's relatively far away, so So if I'm lucky, I'm finding ship number 3 in... Did I just run out of fuel? Is that what you're telling me? No. What then happened? So that would be quite lucky in the first system, finding 3 ships. So I can see I'm not lucky because it's, as far as I can see, an Explorer. So that's one I already have. I haven't started repairing it yet, but I will. Okay. It's free, so I take it. You need some repairs, but that's okay. Oh, this one. So I can move these over to the other and use for that until I repair this. I don't really need the combat scope as yet, so I will actually leave that where it is, again because I don't have overly much combat at the moment, so that's not going to be overly useful. And I know it's only C class, but it adds to a little bit. That's one of the things, is that getting those little things is actually not a bad thing. And this is too close to my ship, so either I have to move my ship or I have to try to go under it. I don't know, most people would go directly for the ship, but I actually do like to pick up things first. Because otherwise, if I get so excited about the ship, I just might run off and forget everything else. So it's actually another B class, and I will have to compare the two. Because this one looks like it has more slots than the first one I found. But it's actually okay to sit on them until, as long as you have space for it at least. And what I'm going to do is, actually I'm not. I just realized because that Muppet put his oh, there's an S-class shield. That is going to come over on my fighter. Yeah. I need some ferrite dust because I put that on the other ship, so that's going to be a little bit silly, but yeah. Okay, I need that. I need that. So now I can get off the planet in it, and by repairing this one I can actually call it wherever I am. So that's going to be the option somehow. Either I scrap it or I repair it if I can't find anything better, or I might use it just as a partial. That's another rule. I can only buy ships by using a licensed ship or one I have licensed to fly as partial payment. So it's a little bit tricky, but it's doable. If I repair one of the Explorers up, I have license to fly it, and then I can use any scrappy ones to buy newer ones if I wanted to. But it's not even certain I'm going to do that, because some of these ships I will probably never even fly. I am normally very specific with my ships, and that is certain ships I prefer to fly and have, and others, yeah, I have them, but that doesn't mean I fly them. So at the moment we have 2 ships, but yeah. Well, at least we got a little bit more shield, so that's not bad. That's actually quite neat, so that's good. So what do I really want to do? I'm actually still looking for some place to trade, but that doesn't seem actually to come and jump in my face. And the space station is not helping, so that's. I hoped I could find a trading post, but I kind of need some technology so I can look for them, which I don't have. So there's one more planet I haven't really looked at, so I don't don't know if that would be possible beneficial thing. So checking planets by flying over them is sometimes quite tricky actually to see anything. It's not impossible, but it is the trickier way of trying to find things. That said, I find if you're looking for crashed freighters, flying over the planets is often the easiest way to find them, but it is again a question about opinion, because we all have different ways of actually doing things, and is one more right than the other? I don't think so. I mean, the question is, do you achieve what you're looking for? And most do. Sorry. So this planet is starting to bore me a little bit, so not even a little bit of water so I could catch a fish or two. No. Yeah. I think it's time to look at the last planet in the system and see what that actually is. I think it was that one straight ahead there. Yeah. Copper, sulfurine and sodium. That is not useful, any of it. So this leaves me with one really option, and I don't like that option whatsoever, because that's a planet with aggressive sentinels. Oh, I could play hide and seek with them. That might be an option. So
technology recharge.
Oh. So yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, that was not really what I was wishing for. I take the chicken way out here, because I am in no position to fight with a sentinel freighter. So, for some of us, the anomaly is the escape route to things like that. If you are overwhelmed by something in space, call the anomaly, go into it, and that normally breaks off the encounter. I'm not going to do anything here, but I think that was a little bit of it's a trap, but yeah. Where did that bloody planet go there? So, yeah. Playing on Permadeath, you learn very quickly to really take a view on the balance of a battle you are about to engage in, because you need to be sure that you know what you're doing. That's one thing. And if you die, you lose everything. So I will just say that you really have to pick your fights, and you pick the battleground. I just went to a planet with aggressive sentinels. That's bloody reasonable. The problem is I need that material, so I can't leave this system until the ship is repaired fully. I don't want to break the rules. So now we are going to play hide and seek with sensors. There's one. There's another. And they will try to kill me. No doubt about that. So hide and seek means literally hide and seek. So they deactivated. However, that's a trap. Meaning that, yeah, they have given up finding you, but they will still be around where you went underground. So you have to go somewhere else and emerge yourself. So how far am I going to go underground? That's a good question. I was actually just trying to get out, so. There they are again. Well, as someone said at some point, well, aggressive sentinels are rare. You won't find them very often. Yeah, well, when you play on Permadeath, you will roughly find one planet in each system with aggressive sentinels. Yeah, that is useful as well. But my problem with that is it actually interfere with the weapon systems. And what are you? Okay, you're a predator eating small animals. Unfortunately, I'm not a small animal. How much did I get out of that? 135. That's not even not enough for one repair. Okay. But notice I'm actually walking around because it's easier to actually get away from them by going underground. And if they are floating around your ship, it's not entirely great. Yeah, I don't want to be in a cave. I know this is probably too early, but yeah, it was. Dear.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
It was a very untidy hole I made there, but yeah, well. Is that the one I just went to before? Oh. Ouch. Don't do that.
Sentinel drones activated.
I'm not kidding when I say playing hide and seek, because that is literally what you do. Good big one, it looks like. I hope this the risk is paying off, but I normally don't play that risky, but to be honest, sometimes you have to take a chance. How much do I then have? Well, at least that is not too bad, so okay, let's find our ship again. There's a sentinel there. Where is my ship? It's over there, good. So there's another trick when we're talking about sentinels, because if they encounter me before I actually can get off the planet, they will call in sentinel interceptors to chase me down. But most ships is actually faster than them, and we found that out when we... oh damn it. So you should be able to outrun them. I hope I can get to it without being because I don't have any real upgrades on the ship, so suck that. Come on. Oh no, go away. Ah, fuck that. Let's try. Oh, he didn't get to call them. Good. What? So these who comes and try to sell you relics, right? The price of 850,000 is very risky to pay, but if the resource they want 300 of is relatively cheap, I always take that. Or the things, and it actually, this one was 300 pure ferrite, which I have abundance of, and it gave me something of a value 1.5 million, so that was a good bargain.
Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired.
So now this is repaired, I'm actually allowed to leave the system. It's the technology part which is depending on that. So I'm not leaving anything because I don't have any warp cells. So I don't even think I can make them. Well, right now I can't make anything because I don't have any space for anything. What was that? That was radiated. The thing is, I see there's water, so you could actually catch fish there.
Scan detected.
Oh dear. That is technically not good, yeah.
Hostile ships approaching.
How many? How many? One, okay. Sometimes they come with a lot of ships, and I wasn't sure I could take on 3-4 ships in one go at this point. So I rather wanted to see how many they came with. The thing is, as long as you have shielding on your ship, you will always do well in space fights. However, problem is if you can't kill them faster than they keep getting your shielding down, then you will run out of sodium or shield modules or whatever you're using. And that is actually a little bit of a problem if you get to that point. So I'll see if I can sell a thing or two. And by selling, I mean I want to earn money on it, so I'm actually not selling if it's lower prices. That one is fine, that one is fine, and that one is fine. But that one is minus 2.9%, so that's in the lower end, and I'm not selling then. So I'm kind of thinking. I need a little bit more perfume to get that away. I could buy the 3 wiring looms. Or acquire them differently. So at this point it's just to get space, and I'm actually using low level materials to actually get. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy some I'm not going to use. And that's the good thing, is that they are relatively cheap. So putting that on and then scrubbing it. So now I actually have 3 wiring looms I have already paid for. But this is going to be a problem. I can't make... Oh, I can make an antimatter. Okay. I didn't think I had the recipe, so... Happy days, except it cheated me, but never mind. Happy days, then I can go to the next system, so that's actually very fine. The thing is, I want to find a planet to build a better base on anyway, so... Putting that in on a very toxic, very, very bad environment is not the greatest of things. So I need to key some just in case. I actually don't want to go too far. Actually, this could be a good place to go. I will say I can only go to Viking systems, so I realized I went off without actually checking, but luckily it was a Viking system, so hooray. And the thing is that when you play normally and don't think about it, it doesn't really matter who's the owner of the system, and you can get pretty much anything, and that is of course true, but what matters when you can't do it is that you end up with, for instance, if you want to learn the languages, it's getting very difficult to get Kovacs and Gek for me in this situation, and well, that's just how it is. Very expensive again, okay. So, see, that's still in minus, so that is not going to happen. That is minus. It's not everything I do want to sell, so oh, wait a minute. I might have to. No. Well, kind of. Because I moved this over here to make space. But one thing is, I do have to sell if I have too much, but I'm also allowed to refine it, and I will refine some of it before I leave this station. So these are kind of good in the start game. For one thing, in the they give well. Sometimes they give nanites, but that's not an important thing. But you talk to them twice, and then you ask where they came from, and they will give a location of a traveler's grave, and that grave will give you a glyph, which is not the important part, but it will also give you a memory fragment, and that can be very, very good. The guilds are not interesting at this moment because I have absolutely no standing with them, and I'm not going to use things to get standing yet. That has to wait until I kind of get a little bit further into the game, and most standing will come from missions anyway. A class, it's expensive, 4 million, so I'm not going to spend money on that. What I am spending money on is slots in my exosuit, but unfortunately I need up here first. And I have a little bit of space, so I'm going to see. That's my greediness coming in. I'm going to check. I wasn't. I was going to check if there was an S-Class scanner module, because that can help me earn some good money. Will come, but everything in its own time. Another thing is I very often do is I do talk to the aliens to learn the languages. Some people say that is absolutely not necessary. It doesn't do anything to the game. I kind of disagree, because when you talk to them, you get up like this and you can see which words you actually understand. And you don't always know what they're talking about. Not when you meet them on stations, but around. So I think the languages is somewhat useful. And another thing is, if you're lucky, you practice your language skills, and the Kovacs want technological words, which that is, and they might give you modules or other things, and I would say that is actually not a bad thing to get. It might just be a B1, but that doesn't mean that it's not useful, because when I get something better, I will scrap this and get a wiring loom and some resources out of it, so it's actually not too bad. And they all can give you money if that's needed, give you things on nanites or standings. Everything is useful, and I can only recommend going down that road. But again, everything I say is suggestions, nothing more, nothing less. You choose whether you want to do what I suggest. Yeah, I did see that the grave was on the cold planet, but I'm going to see what else is in the system. I hope to find a planet I can put a base on. Bladed planet. That's a little bit tricky. There might not be a lot of copper, so that's no, not copper. A lot of carbon, so that can be a problem. And I prefer building in wood, so I need carbon. So it was not even on that planet. This is a radiated moon, isn't it? Or toxic. Yeah, toxic. It looked familiar. But I'm not going to stay for a long time anyway. Come on, go away. So they tell it's kind of a little bit of a law from travelers like us, interlopers.
Toxic protection falling.
Yeah, I'm not going to do a lot, but
Units received.
let's do a couple of scans.
Received. Units received. Units received.
Twisting anymore.
Units received. Units received.
Yeah, that is absolutely fine. So I'm still in the situation where I'm actually
Technology recharge.
refining all the things I have. So let's see what that brings. It's a personal force field. That was a piece of free technology, and that is my point with the graves. You can sometimes get something good out of them. I have no real
Toxic protection falling.
oh, there's a building, so let's take a look at that. Oh dear, no more fuel.
Technology recharge.
There's a couple of things I need to build and put on, but that will come. It's not really a building, is it? That's okay. I'll take it. But I would say this planet is just as bad as the one I started on, so there's nothing here which actually screams settle here. On the contrary. So I am going to leave this planet very quickly. There was another planet nearby which I wanted to see what was. That was the Sub-Zero, so that was the wrong way, and that one was the moon, and over there is something which looks green. Not what I wanted, but never mind. A rainy planet with paraffinium cobalt. Well, someone has renamed it to Earth. That is
Technology recharge.
that is so wrong, but never mind that.